Donald Trump is a phony, a fraud.
Mitt was a disaster as a candidate.
He's playing the members of the American public for suckers.
Romney let us all down. He was a very poor campaigner.
He gets a free ride to the White House, and all we get is a lousy hat.
Romney choked like a dog. He choked. He went.
His promises are as worthless as a degree from Trump University.
He was begging for my endorsement. I could have said, Mitt, drop to your knees. He would have dropped to his knees.
These two suddenly now very cordial, it appears. Not something that I guess Kellyanne Conway wants to see it if you read into her recent tweets, specifically saying that a Secretary of State should be loyal. What do you make of that, Eugene?
Well, I don't think it can be overplayed just how significant the tension between these two were. Just looking at those clips reminded me of everything that was said. We haven't seen that type of disagreement from most recent presidential nominee and a current presidential nominee, which is what we saw. But I think what we're seeing, though, is that both men suggested they want to put those things in the past and move forward into what they believe it's making America great again. Whether or not the base will get on board with that remains to be seen. A lot of people took criticism for supporting Trump that Romney didn't have to put up with, and to some of them it seems like perhaps he could be being rewarded right now.
Can we talk a little bit about the wealth factor here? You've got Donald Trump, who says he's going to represent the working men and women, the working class, the people who the system is rigged against. Yeah, when you look at the cabinet considerations and how much money we're talking here, you got Harold Hamm, $15 billion, Wilbur Ross, almost $3 billion, Betsy DeVos, Steve Mnuchin, Dr. Ben Carson. You can see these numbers. He really is. What does this say? Is this concerning at all that maybe these people don't have, I don't know, middle class ties and sensibilities? Or is Donald Trump saying, look, these are people who are successful, they've made it in this country, and so they're perfectly positioned to help other people make it?
Well, I certainly think these are the people that the president-elect values. These are people who are very much like him. This is also his network. I mean, I don't think, expect him to have a lot of relationships with seasoned policymakers and people familiar with Washington, which is one of the reasons some have argued that he needs to bring a Romney on. He knows businessmen and businesswomen, and so those are the people that he is tapping to take this country forward. The question becomes, do these people have the policy chops and the knowledge to take this country forward? There's been, even Carson himself admitted that he did not, and there's been quite some criticism about his education secretary pick not having a teacher's background, not being a parent of public school educated children, and so it gives you some type of insight as to the direction he wants to take this country.